In July and August 2003, one of the most severe natural disasters to hit Europe occurred. 647,069 hectares of forest area was lost. Over 25,000 fires burned. In France, 14,000 lives were lost. In Germany, 7,000. In Spain, 4,200. And in Italy, 4,000. In all, over 40,000 lives, mostly of the young, old, and chronically ill, were lost. The global impact of the disaster sums up to approximately $17 billion. These numbers point to the severity of a natural disaster known as the heat wave. Of all the extreme weather phenomena that exist, heat waves are by far the deadliest. Accounting for about half of all deaths due to weather in Europe, heat waves are consecutive days of temperatures in the 19th percentile for a city. Moreover, when heat waves take place, temperature at night does not get low enough for people to recover. The heat wave that occurred in 2003 was the most extreme heat wave of recent times. Deemed by scientists and historians as Europe's hottest summer since 1500 AD, temperatures reached their peak towards the end of August. In light of temperatures reaching a high of 104 degrees Fahrenheit, heat strokes and dehydration claimed the most lives. In France, a relatively old population and limited air conditioning served to exacerbate the death toll. In all, the heat wave revealed a lack of preparedness across Europe. In a region where most people were usually used to temperate climates, most were unaware of how to stay safe during a heat wave.
Urban areas are most susceptible to deadly heat waves due to the large amount of concrete and metal which traps the heat more efficiently, compounding its effect. This causes what is called a heat island, where high temperatures are concentrated in a single area, which is much hotter than the surrounding suburbs and rural area. For the same reason, it is hotter in the center of the city than it is on the outside. Not every sunny day is going to cause such extreme weather, however. Heat waves are due to the sunlight striking the ground and heating the surface. The surface then emits long-wave radiation back into the atmosphere, getting trapped by greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane. The atmosphere then re-radiates the heat back down to the ground. This cycle causes some days to be hotter than other days, depending on specific circumstances. The increasing of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere due to mostly carbon emissions will cause heat waves to become more extreme and more frequent. However, there are ways to prevent and mitigate the effects of the heat wave. By staying up to date on any weather changes by listening to the NOAA weather radio, people can be aware of the approaching repercussions of the hazard. Some tips on what not to do during the heat wave include never leaving any young children, pets, or elderly inside of vehicles, remain hydrated throughout the event by drinking lots of water, avoid coffee and alcohol since those tend to dehydrate you, eat smaller meals on a more regular basis, and wear loose, thin, and light-colored clothes. Heat waves may seem like an unimportant and minor hazard, however, getting caught in a heat wave can cause many health effects. Heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat strokes are all symptoms of a heat wave. Heat strokes are very life-threatening, and when one occurs, the authorities should be contacted and the person should have ice packs all over their body that are constantly changed. In order to educate and keep people safe, cities and government officials can prepare for a heat wave. By having an effective early warning system and providing the public with educational instructions on how to prepare for heat waves can reduce the number of affected by heat waves. In 2002, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, started their new early heat warning system, which gives a warning of up to 7 days before a period of extreme heat would occur. All in all, with rising temperatures occurring in response to the climate change, heat waves are now becoming more frequent and more impactful. If we work to decrease the amount of greenhouse gas emissions and lower the amount of heat-trapping compounds in the atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide and methane, we can not only lower the chances of heat waves, but many other issues as well.